Woohoo! We're recording. Okay. Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome to our call on or our Zoom on Thursday evenings. Every single Thursday, in case you guys are new, we do this Zoom and it's always the same link so you can save it. And every single week we have different people on sharing their stories and their tips, people that are just kind of like killing it right now in the business and making things happen for themselves, their teams, kind of giving you their fire, their passion, and telling us what they're doing. I'm always like, what are you doing? Tell me so I can steal it. And that's what these Zooms are for, so we can learn from other people. And this has become probably one of my favorite Zooms of the week because we get to hear people from our team that are out there in the trenches. They're not just talking the talk, they are walking the walk. And we interview all kinds of people, from people that are brand stinking new to people that have been with us since I started over 3.5 years ago. So you get to hear a little bit of everything. And tonight I am super excited because I brought a good friend Jackie with me, and Jackie brought some of her team members on that she's going to interview. But first we're going to interview Jackie so you can get some background on who Jackie is, when she got started, why she joined Le-Vel, what it's done for her, because her team is kicking some ass right now, y'all. I'm trying to make this a PG Zoom. It probably won't last long, but just in case you're new, this could go PG-13 at any point. If Amanda Arnett's on, it will go PG-13 always. But I don't know if she's speaking tonight, so we should be okay. I am so excited for Jackie to share her story with everybody and get us started. So Jackie, I'm going to have you unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hey, Jackie.
Hi. Oh my God. I miss you guys so much. I mean,
I'm dying.
I would have probably already seen you twice.
Oh my God, at least.
lockdown.
I am dying. When's the last time I saw you? In Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah.
Vegas. Oh my God, that was so long ago. That was like in February. What the hell? I can't take it. I want this to be over with, but for now we have to deal with these Zooms so that we can at least say hi to each other. It's better than nothing. Jackie, I am so excited for you to get on tonight, and for the team members you brought on. I can't wait to hear from them too. But there's a lot of brand new people. I did a Zoom the other night, Tuesday night, for brand new people that are within their first like month or 2 months. And I couldn't believe how many people were on that and are brand new. And so a lot of people probably aren't familiar with who you are, or even I am. They're probably like, who are these ladies? So I would love for you to kind of start from the beginning and share your story. And we were laughing today, you were telling me your story with Twin, and I'm like, you have to share that. So let's start from the beginning, and then I can ask you a couple questions, and then we can pull in your team members.
Yeah, so really excited to share my story tonight. It's actually been a while since I've shared my full story. I do Zooms like every single day with the team, like power hours and all that stuff. And it's crazy because 2 years ago, I was not somebody who would even go live. It was crazy. So Twin is actually my sponsor. So I'm a 200K with Le-Vel. And 2 years ago, actually 3 years ago, Twin was she's a personal girlfriend of mine for probably about 7 years now. And we were both miserable before Thrive. So we actually were new moms. We were both on maternity leave and we had nothing to do. So we went to go eat lunch one day and we were just the most boring people you could it was just really boring. We would just sit there like, hey, like, how was your day? What is your baby doing? What is my baby doing? And they were just like having a cry fest back and forth, right? So Twin and I, like, we remember each other prior to Thrive. And yeah, so I mean, shortly after, like a couple months later, she actually discovered Thrive. And I was watching her posts from the very beginning. And I had just seen her like 2 months prior. So as soon as I saw her transform right before my eyes, I was like, what is this thing, Twin? What are you doing? And I actually tried Thrive once. So it didn't take me too long. She was somebody who started, I want to say it was like July or August, she started. I think I was curious about it, like within like the first 2 months, within the first 2 months, I was like, Twin, hey, like I went on her link and I'm like, what do I do? Like, how do I sign up with Le-Vel? Like, how do I sign up with this stuff? It was, the site was confusing for me. Right. So She just told me, she's like, yeah, sign up on my link. You know, if you don't want to be on auto ship, like, you know, you can be a promoter. So I did. I was like, I don't want to be on auto ship. I have commitment issues, guys. So when it comes to that, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to sign up as a promoter. At that time, I want to say it was just Vanilla Lifestyle Mix. This was back in like October 2017. And I purchased a promoter pack, but I wasn't intending to be a promoter. So during that time, it came with, I think I picked lifestyle because I had just had a baby. She's like, oh, just try lifestyle first because you're nursing, and then later you can try duo. Because my focus when I actually started thriving, I wanted weight loss. So that's what she had told me to get, and I did. She sent me the instructions, and I personally, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of strong-minded where I made my own little program. So I took the capsules. First thing when I took the capsules, I was like, wow, I feel a lot of energy. But I think I probably still ate my breakfast. I was like washing dishes and stuff. And I don't even remember if I took the shake. Whatever it was, in the first 5 days, I did not take the 3 steps correctly. And I detoxed very badly. So I was actually, I remember I felt great in the morning. And then I want to say it was like around 1 p.m. I was like glued to the couch and I felt like my eyes were glued shut. Okay. So I was just like, twin, what's in this stuff? Like, what is this thing doing to me? And she's like, you're detoxing. I'm like, what is that? Okay. So when she said that I was detoxing, like I had this perception that detoxing was a beautiful thing. You know, whenever you hear the word detox, I would think of like, you know, these juices and like, you know, anytime you go to those health food stores and they have like these detox juice cleanse shots, and that's what I thought, you know. But I didn't know how strong Thrive was and what it would do to me, right? So I was just like, I don't know what a detox is. I didn't drink water. Prior to Thrive, I was just a major foodie. I used to drink a lot of coffee, like, you know, 3 4 cups a day. I used to drink a lot of like sweetened drinks, whether it was like iced teas or you know, bubble teas or, you know, whatever it was. I was somebody who really loved desserts. I just like loved anything that had to do with food, you know. Like it was just, anytime I traveled, it was to see, it was basically to eat. So I would go research new restaurants and all that stuff. That lifestyle really caught up to me. So I was really unhealthy at the time, guys, and I did not push through. So I was not a day one thriver. And you know, once I like stopped, like Twin had followed up with me, and I didn't tell her that I was like quitting right away, but she asked me, she's like, hey, how are you? Are you still thriving? And I told her, I'm like, no, I'm not. You know, I went on vacation. I didn't feel good. You know, I had all these excuses, like every excuse for her. And then I just told her, you know, I'm gonna just go the old fashioned route. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna eat clean. And she was like, really? Why? So during this time, Twin was brand new into Thrive. It was only a couple months, and she is one of the craziest enrollers I have ever seen, right? So she was super busy. And yeah, so I mean, like, you know, from then we still remained friends, and I just continued to watch her journey, right? So I went and I spent, I want to say it was like 6 months through the holidays being miserable. You know, I did not go to the gym yet. I didn't do any of those things that I said I was going to do. And you know, I just watched her. So I watched her go get her car. You know, I watched her car go into flames because she has a story about her cars and stuff with Lavelle. But anyways, I watched her whole journey with Lavelle, and it was just like all these blessings and stuff. She just kept getting blessed with all these great things, right? Like she went on the trips. She got her PPA award at the conference, right? She had went 200K the following month. So I just kept watching. So 9 months later, I finally, like, she was very consistent with her business, right? I saw her business growing. She was growing teams, which all that stuff was great, but I wasn't somebody who wanted to promote. Um, and I kept watching her, and I saw these transformations, and I'm like, you know what? If all of these people are having such great transformations, why not me, right? So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try this again. So I snuck back into my promoter account. I went and bought Burn because Burn had just released during that time. And you know, I had messaged Twin. I was like, hey, I ordered again. And she was like, what? She's like, you ordered again? So you guys, I was that dead promoter at level 1. If you guys are new, I mean, you guys might not know what that is, but anyone who's on here that's like a vet, I was that dead promoter at level 1 that got stuck there. So Twin at the time, she did not know how to work her waiting room. She was still really new into the business, and I got stuck at her level 1. So just out of nowhere, 9 months later, I turned on, right, as a customer. But the second time that I tried Thrive, you know, I had, you know, in between that time, I had went and hired a personal trainer. I hired her for 4 months. I was working out 5, 6 times a week, trying to get my life back on track. And I was counting my macros. I was, on all these crazy. I was doing all the things. So I was doing all the things the right way again, but I was exhausted. So there was something that when I saw that transformation and I kept hearing about the energy, I did remember standing in a Starbucks line. I had spent like $60 that week loading my app, right? And I was just like, oh my God, I just spent $60 this week. Like something has got to give. I don't want to waste time in this Starbucks line anymore. I was getting yelled at work. I was getting yelled at like, you're late again. And I'm like, I know, but I'm holding a Starbucks cup, right? So it's just kind of like, it's just so bad. I was so irresponsible then. And, I remembered how easy it was to take Thrive. So it was that simplicity that brought me back to it. And then obviously, so second time around, I wanted the energy. I obviously wanted weight loss too, but I didn't know if it would happen for me. So, that time around, 6 days into my Thrive experience, or actually 5 days, I had sent Twin a transformation. So it was basically like me, and this is like a very viral transformation as well. But my first day, I was super bloated on Thrive. I was doing all the things. And then 5 days later, my bloating just went down. And I had sent it to her. And I was so excited that morning, guys. And Twin was just like, oh my God, this is you. And I was so shy. I chopped my head off, right? Because I didn't want anyone to know that it was me. And I sent it to her. And like, being the twin that she is, she went and posted it on social media, like right after, without even like, saying like, hey, can I post this? And she just like assumed like, you send it to me, you know who I am, I'm posting this, right? So she did. And, at this time, it was a month after conference, right? She I think she had already gone like 200K or something. And I already knew the success that Twin was having, right? Because she was my personal friend. I knew of all the things that she did, and I watched that post. I watched my transformation on her page, and I was looking at how many people would like the photo, right? So I was actually watching that thing, and I watched for hours, guys, and I sat there contemplating like, oh my God, should I post this? And I just thought to myself, you know what? If Twin is getting 20 likes on this photo, which really is nothing, guys, 20 likes is nothing nowadays. But it's just 20 likes, and I know how successful she's doing in this business. Likes don't mean anything. So if she can post my photo, so can I. So from then on, like, I actually started sharing. I took that same photo, I posted it into my stories. I didn't post it in my feed yet because I wasn't, confident with myself at that time. But I posted it in my stories and I said, hey, this is my, transformation. Keep following my story. I'm really not done yet. I just knew that I was going to keep on thriving, right? So it was just as simple as that. So that's how I started sharing my story. And people asked lots of questions. I just got a lot of people asking, what is Thrive? What is Thrive? So if you guys don't know where I am, I'm actually in Vancouver, Canada now, but I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. And I was born and raised in LA. I actually moved to Vegas. I lived there for 7 years. And when I moved up to Vancouver, I had like no friends, like nobody. And it was just like, my husband's friends or whatever. Twin is one of my husband's friends. And yeah, so none of my current network, like, no one in California, like, from my circle had ever heard about Thrive. And there were people, when I started posting about Thrive, there were other people in network marketing companies messaging me, and they were trying to be like, hey, like, I see that you're posting about Thrive. Why don't you try my product? And this is my first network marketing company. So that's another thing I want to share with you guys. I've never done network marketing before. And it's just, as soon as I posted that, I started getting all these like hawks. People were DMing me and they were trying to get me to, go to their company and stuff. And they would literally, I had a girl who would tell me, she's like, oh, you guys don't make anything over there at Lavelle. Like, they don't pay very much. The commissions, they don't pay much there. Like, come join this company. And then I have screenshots. I told this girl, I'm like, hey, it's not, for me, it's not about the money. Like, I love these products. I love what it's doing for me. And I feel that I can share this, and no one that I know has ever heard of it, so I mean, when I see those text messages, I was just like, wow, that's what I told somebody in like the first 10 days of me thriving. And it blows my mind. But yeah, Lisa. So anyways, that's a little bit of the beginning of my story of how I started promoting.
It cracks me up when you said that, when you said that You knew Twin was making some money when she gave away her, what did she give away? Her coffee maker or her
And it goes down to belief, right? So I did watch Twin for so long. I watched her for so long. Like I watched the transformation, but sometimes the transformation is not enough for people, right? Twin didn't have a whole lot to lose. So I just thought like, oh, Twin's already skinny. She's already pretty skinny, right? I had a different body profile. So I thought, it was just different. But she was giving away all kinds of things, guys. So I was just constantly watching her stories, and she's got this great personality, right? And she was giving away, like she posted on her stories that day, giving away my $200 coffee machine, first come, first serve, whoever comes and picks it up. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, this is really a real thing. Like, who is going to give away a $200 coffee machine for free? Right. And she was like, Thrive, like, I don't need this thing anymore. I'm thriving. I don't need coffee. And I did know Twin before. Twin used to drink black coffee, like, 6 of them a day. And yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. So when she was doing that giveaway spree, and something else too, she actually had this toy. So she was on this giveaway spree, and we both had small children, and she was giving away this toy, and I wanted to come pick it up because my daughter was bored, and I'm like, hey, you have that toy, how does Audrey like it? She's like, oh, she doesn't like it, just come over here and pick it up. So when I went to her place to go pick it up and I saw her in person, I was just like, holy crap, Twin, you look amazing, right? So I like, those are just things see people. Like, I know we can't right now, but get out there and see people, guys, because like, I mean, they will see it in your face. And I mean, I went home that day and I was just like, this is like, when the first time that I tried Thrive, I did have Thrive like sitting in my, in my cupboard, and I wanted to restart just by seeing Twin. So you guys will always have these people who fall off Thrive, and you really just need to like instill the belief in them, like, with your posting or like whatever you're doing, right? So like be about it, like be about Thrive, because it may not be like the first time that they're exposed to it that they actually become like a thriver, right? So I mean, if you guys know me now, I'm like a hardcore thriver. I've never missed a day in the past 2 years. I use all the products. Like, I saw some people commenting about the stash. This is actually there right now, guys. But yeah.
Right. It's so funny because it's like we don't think people are watching us. And I'm sure you weren't saying to Twin, I'm thinking about this Thrive thing. I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about joining Lavelle with you.
No.
You were probably in the back of your mind thinking these things, like watching her post, and it's like it builds up. And I always tell people, why do you think that they show a commercial, the same commercial 5 times during the show you just watched? Because it takes a person over and over and over again to see something before it kind of like gets in their head and gets under their skin, and then they're like, okay, I want to know more about this, I want to do this. And it's so crazy because you're so right. I remember even Twin, I remember you, Twin, you guys wouldn't do Zooms, videos. In the beginning, I couldn't get anybody on anything. I'm like, who is this team just signing people like crazy, and I can't get them on anything? And it's just so awesome what your team has done. Like, you guys, if you're not familiar with Twin, and then Jackie, oh my gosh, first of all, y'all are gonna see them everywhere, but they have consistently, and their team members, been in the top of our team's PPA, our whole PPA, since they started. Like, they just have not slowed down in any capacity. And to see a team grow over the last, gosh, how long have you guys been in?
Twin is almost 3 years. Me, I'm about 2 years. I just passed my 2-year mark.
Yeah, I would say it's been a consistent 3 years since Twin joined of growth. And since you joined, I mean, let me tell you what, going 200K, how quickly did you go?
We went in 10 months.
Okay, that is ridiculous. First of all, that's something that like nobody does. And this is the cool thing, I think, that is so inspiring to me, is most of the people on your team didn't have network marketing experience, or not really anything to speak about, and I think a lot of people think, oh, in order to, climb the ranks like people do, you have to come from another network marketing company. And that's just not the case. You don't at all. And it's exciting because if you're on here and you've never done network marketing before, that's okay. It doesn't matter. You don't have to. We all start somewhere first, and you work your way up those ranks. And to do what you guys have done in 10 months is just craziness. What would you say are like the main things that you personally do every day that you think everyone on here needs to do too? Like no matter what, they've got to do these things.
Well, I mean, self-development definitely. It's huge. I mean, the first 6 months of like, my business, I was a solid 12K. But every single month I would hit 12K like at nine, like almost 9 p.m., right? Like 8:50, whatever, 8:45. And when I kept doing that, I was never able to see the bigger picture. Right? I never got to the 40K dial for a long amount of time where I can strategize. And it was like, one day I just thought to myself, like, something's got to give. I really want to grow this business. It's been really cool getting my auto bonus for 6 months now. But is this all you want? Right. And I asked myself that. So I actually hopped on a plane to Ottawa to watch you guys talk. Actually, there was a leadership, I don't know, it wasn't a retreat, but there was a leadership training, right? It was so good. It was so good, guys. If you guys ever get the chance to go to one of these things, you must. But that actually changed my business, and it was something that I got to do live, and it was at that event where I kind of had the aha that if I wanted to succeed, I had to show other people what I was doing, right? Um, so yeah, that was something that like changed my business. So literally, when we came home from that business, I had two brand new, or when I came home from there, I had two brand new promoters, and I just remember just being hyper focused, trying to get those promoters to VIP, right? So it's really just that, like whatever you're doing, there is no don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, it's very simple when it comes to um, the roadmap. And the roadmap is like, let's just say if you're a 4K, is to get your promoters to VIP. If you are a 12K, get your promoters to 4K. So I literally just like concentrate on that, is just helping my team, and teaching my team to help their team. And yeah, I mean, and daily, I mean, I get that question all the time, like, what do I need to do? So I always say 5 4 3 2 1, right? Stick alarms in your phone for your auto ships, like, the 4th, the 14th, and the 24th. And then like ending off your month strong. So those are the three things that, like, when somebody tells me, okay, so I work a full-time job, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to look out for, if I want to do this thing like on the side or whatever it is? Those are my three things. It's basically 5 4 3 2 1, which is really social media and like building relationships. That's like all in a nutshell. And then like, and then like just knowing what dates are important in this business, the auto ships, like, month end. I can't stress enough, like when it comes to month end, like I'm like a crazy person. Like I'm so obsessed with the back office and stuff, right? So if anyone's chilling at month end, I'm just like, what are you guys doing? So I teach my team, like, month end is very important. It's not just another day. We're finishing off the month strong, and like literally that's what we do every single month. So my team knows, right? Every month it's like it's a new month and like new goals and all of that. So
Really quick before we bring on some more team members, for people that are brand new that are like, what the heck is 5 4 3 2 1? We do have this sheet in the Dream Team 2020 page, but if you're not familiar, Jackie, tell them what 5 4 3 2 1 is.
So I just did let me see, I have it here. So five reach outs, 4 follow-ups, 3 social media posts, two, what is it? Two, oh my goodness, I have it here somewhere.
2 3-way chats.
Um,
Two. What is two, guys?
anyone remember what
We
two is?
don't even know.
I literally
We
no,
do.
I just trained. I have the thing right here on my desktop. Add 2 names to your leads list. Yes, add two names
Okay.
to your leads list.
Okay. Yeah.
And connect with a leader. This is basically something that Maria, Maria did. The company loves it. I know that Paul, he absolutely loves 5 4 3 2 1s. And the whole point of learning your 5 4 3 2 1s is consistent actions and consistent results, right? So if you do this every single day, you will grow your business. And it's really, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's not. 5 reach outs can be done like on your phone, like right now. It's actually really, really fast. So 5 4 3 2 1s, I always tell everyone, like, that's how you build, right, on social media and your network.
Right. I always say 5 4 3 2 1 is going to get you consistent But if you want to go fast, you need to like triple, quadruple, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it is like the bare minimum. Like every single person on here, I don't care how busy you are, your busiest job in the world, and you work 70 hours a week, you have 10 kids, and whatever your situation is, you must do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if you want this business to start growing, period. And that's like the low end of the stick. And like Jackie just said, I know that sounds like a lot, but it isn't. I could do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 15, 20 minutes. I mean, it does not take that long to do. So yes, definitely you guys go find that sheet in the Dream Between 2020 page. Jackie, I know you brought on some amazing ladies on your team that are kicking butt right now. And I would love for you to kind of just bring them on. And I'm going to have you interview them because obviously our team is so big, you know more of what's going on than I do. So I thought it's better if you just interview them and then I can pop in if I have like extra questions for them.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so let me see who should I call first? Let's call Sarah. Are you on here, Sarah? You can unmute yourself.
Hi.
Okay, yay. Okay, so here is Sarah, guys. So I'm just gonna do a little intro on her, because she actually started in February, and when she started in February, I mean, she was climbing up like the PPA ranks and stuff. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically new enrollment. So she was signing up a lot of new people, and I'm like, who is this girl? It was crazy. So she was signing up all these people. She would get to 4K or about 5K with no promoters. So it's just strictly by herself, getting to 4K and 5K. And if you guys are new, like one of the things that you need to be a 4K is 2 qualified and active promoters, right? And she didn't have them, so she would be like a 4 or 5K in volume without the legs. So she didn't actually hit 4K until I want to say it was like, what month was that?
Oh, that was I think I was 4K for 3 months.
Was
I mean,
it-
sorry, I wasn't 4K for 3 months. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was May. It might have been April or May, but anyway, so when she got 4K for the first time, I mean, it was so big for us because we were just like, you've literally been a 4K since you started, but without those active legs, you're not one, like technically, right? So she actually went 40K. I want to say it was like over the weekend. So 4K to 40K in about 2 months, guys, and that's why I brought her on here to just kind of share her story. So if you want to take it away, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Lisa and Jackie, for having me tonight. As you guys already know, my name is Sarah. A dog mom, and I've been thriving now for almost 7 months. And I already know that I'm not looking back, and it's one of the best investment that I've ever made. So a little bit more about me. I am a full-time nurse. I work in a medical field. I work 3 jobs. I would work long hours. 8 hours turns into 12 hours. 12 turns into 16 hours. And, you know, I needed to do this because I needed, you know, different sources of income. And so, of course, working those long hours, I'm constantly on the run, on the go, very exhausted, very drained, and not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally, right? So I didn't have time to take care of myself. I didn't have time to meal prep and all that, work out, no time to see my friends because I was so tired. And I rather just take a nap and sleep for the next workday. And prior to Thrive, my main source of energy, and I would not function without, is coffee. Coffee was my water. I would chug like 4 to 6 cups a day and loads and loads and loads of sugar and creams. And since I'm always on the go, I would just stuff my mouth with any drive-through junk food that you can see. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, right? Because I didn't have time to take care of myself and to do meal prep and all that. So, you know, the outcome was obviously unhealthy weight gain. It affected me so much. I'm always so irritated. My acne flared up, and that's one of the major things that I love about Thrive, is because it really, really helped with my gut health. And and talking to people really is such a downer for me, because with me overloading with caffeine and sugar and junk food, of course it would flare up my acne. So I would pretend that I would have like a little bit of cold at work, and I would like wear mask just to cover it up. And so my self-confidence really went down. And yeah, I was so embarrassed about it. And fast forward to December 2019, I've heard Thrive ever since high school, but obviously I ignored it because I was very skeptical of taking pills. And when December 2019 comes, I started to see Thrive everywhere. I remember when I was on my break at a lunchroom, I was just scrolling around Instagram, and I came across Deriza's post. So me and Deriza were just acquaintance, like we don't really know each other, but she was always post, all this all day clean energy, gut health, no more caffeine, weight loss, and yeah, and like that all day clean energy really put my skepticism away and be like, oh my gosh, I need to get on this. Like, she lost weight, she looks so good, she looks so happy. I was like, I need that, right? Because I would cry with my back-to-back shifts because I was so drained, and I'm like pretty much dead, right? And so I can tell you guys that I'm a day one thriver. I loved every day of it ever since day one. Thrive helped me in so many aspects of my life. I was able to cut down my caffeine intake, also helped my skin because of my gut health. I'm taking care of my gut more, no more brain fog. I'm more alert, I'm more active at work because I need to be there with my patients, with my clients, and I have their health on my hands. So I need Thrive. I'm so thankful that I messaged Deriza, and I was like, oh my God, you need to get me on this ASAP.
How many jobs are you currently working?
Right now, I actually quit one job because I'm doing Thrive part-time now.
Oh my God, yay,
Yeah.
finally. So when I hopped on a call with Sarah, so her sponsor is actually my kid's teacher. Like my daughter, like Deriza is their teacher. And and yeah, it's funny because I hopped on a call with both of them, and during the time, I think your hours got cut, right? Your hours had got cut at work, and I just remember asking you, like, how much do you need to make in order for us to supplement those hours that got cut, right? And you gave me a number, and I was just like, okay, you can totally do that here with Thrive, right? So I'm so happy. I mean, like, it's not easy working so many jobs, so I'm happy that you have reduced that a little bit. And I mean, you can be busy, guys, and work this business, because she was working 3 jobs at the time. Took her team from like 4K to 40K. I mean, your team's on fire, so it's just crazy. And I mean, I can totally see why, because I mean, if you listen to her speak, I mean, I was telling some of my girls, whenever I hear her speak, it's like listening to a Whitney Houston concert. I love it.
I want to re-sign. I want to re-sign up, man. You make me excited. And I also want to thank you so much for like what you have to go and do, because what we're going through right now is just craziness, and we like love all our essential workers. And I mean, I'm super close to Amanda, and I know like her schedule. I can't even imagine like what this time is like, but we appreciate you so much. And you know what? This just proves too that anybody can do this. Like, it doesn't matter what your schedule is. You can fit Thrive in. Have like a lot of your nurse friends asked you about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember day one, I didn't have my coffee, my mug. They were like, Sarah, where's your Starbucks? And I was like, I don't need it today. And they just like literally felt that I was different. Like, I was more happier. I was more awake. And I'm actually, I have four friends that are, 4 coworkers that are thriving with me right now.
That's so exciting.
So Quinn just said something in the comments. She said they do VIP all day. And yes, Lisa, so her entire team, I don't even know how she does this. Like, she's an amazing leader to help her team VIP. Like, they literally come in and nobody doesn't not grab a VIP. So that's so important, guys. If you guys do want to see growth, is, you know, concentrating on the main thing is getting your people to VIP and teaching them to duplicate. So that's literally why their team's growing so much. So yeah.
I don't think anybody gets that. No, I really don't think people understand that it is as easy as what you just said. If every single person, if all we did, if we never looked past anything, if we didn't even pay attention to 4K, 12K, 40K, we don't even have to look at any ranks. If all we did was make sure everybody VIP'd, can you imagine how quickly everybody would be climbing the ranks? It would be insanity.
So I want to share something. So this is what I tell a brand new promoter when they come in, is like the whole reason why we do VIP is because those 2 customers are going to get you thriving for free, right? You want to make sure that you're thriving for free. And then the 2 more promoters that you get, those are 2 people that you get to build your business with. So that is the whole purpose of VIP, and duplicating that and just, you know, sharing that with everyone, right? So that's the whole reason, the 2 customers and then 2 promoters, 2 to get you thriving for free, 2 to build a business with. Where'd you go?
Love it. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's it. So we will call our Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm so happy you let go of one of your jobs, because I mean, like, the whole point of thriving is to live a better life, right? Live a better lifestyle. So I'm actually going to call up Danica. Danica, are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
Hi. Yes,
Hi.
I'm here.
Where are you? Are you in the car? Oh, connection. Oh, I think the connection's a little bit bad.
Oh no, are we losing her?
Oh, she went. Okay, we'll wait for her to come back on, but we do have Eleni. Eleni, are you there?
I'm here.
Hi, Eleni.
Hi.
Yay, okay, I was gonna say, like, let's see your face. Okay, so welcome. Okay, so Eleni, she's actually, well, I'll let her tell you. So tell us where you're from.
So hi, I'm Eleni. I'm originally from Napa, California, but I currently reside in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, and yes. So super exciting. Eleni, she's actually the top PPA on like my team and like a couple of our uplines up, right? So I'm sure like Amanda's, she came out on like one of these flyers just yesterday where she was top PPA. If you guys don't know what top PPA is, it's brand new enrollments. So it's getting new people on Thrive. And you know, when that thing came out yesterday, like, oh my God, there's our girls, right? So Eleni was #1, and I think she signed, I want to say it was, is it like 38 people? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we had like about 36.
Yeah. So I mean, she's just like climbing up there right now. So I'm really excited. I hope you get to you know, get on that leaderboard to win those cars. But tell us about your Thrive experience.
Yeah, so I actually was introduced to Thrive by my sponsor, Angela. And a little backstory between my relationship with Angela, her and I used to actually get our hair done at the same salon. We really didn't have like much of a connection. It was just that we had girl talk, and then we would talk about life and boys and shopping and all these, you know, fun things like in the salon. And so we ended up following each other on Instagram, and I kind of just like followed her. We didn't really talk, but just kind of encouraged each other through Instagram. In April of last year, she started her Thrive journey. And at that point, I felt like everything that she was talking or what Thrive really helps out wasn't really things that applied to my life. So I was like, oh, okay, she's thriving, like whatever. And time went on. And at the time I had gotten transferred out to Las Vegas with my retail job. And I was working, and I work at the outlets here, and Las Vegas is a tourist center. So obviously we get tons of tourists every single day. And one day, some girl walked in and she had one of those patches on. And I was like, oh, hey, like, is that a Thrive patch? And I was doing it more so just to kind of see like if she identified with it and if she was like what her own personal experience with it was. And she was like, yeah, do you Thrive? And I was like, no, I don't Thrive, but I've seen that patch. So it made me a little bit more curious. And so eventually later on throughout the year, I felt like I had hit a plateau in my retail job, so I ended up leaving. And I just felt like I was kind of at a loss. I'm an Aries, and I'm a natural kind of born leader. And so I've always kind of taken on these roles of being able to be the head on first, experiencing all these things and just kind of having a plan for everything. But at that point in my life, I really didn't have a plan. And so I had gotten recruited with another network marketing program. I had worked with them for 3 months, and they had opened up a new location back in California. And so I was like, well, of course I'm gonna go back to California. My family's there. So I took the opportunity. I went. I worked there for 1 week, and I hated my life every day working there. And I found out there was like a lot of really corrupt people in that business, and I just couldn't stand for the values that they were trying to instill in all the recruits that they had put there. And I just quit, with no thought of what my future plan was. And to me, that was huge, because I'm a planner for every single step of my tomorrow. So that was really big for me. And at that point, I was like, well, I don't have anything else to lose. I'm just at a loss. So I hit a really low point in my life. So I stayed with my parents for a really long time. And again, Angela kept posting about Thrive, and she was hitting all these different ranks. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? Like, what is that? Like, she never posted about anything work related. So I'm like, what is that? So eventually I asked her for a sample. And I was like, I'm just going to try it, see what it is. I was not a day one Thriver. I took that, and I think I probably stored the rest of it like in a cupboard somewhere, and I didn't, think about it. And she kept reaching out, and she was like, hey, like, how is it? And I'm like, oh, this girl again, I don't want to talk to her. Like, I don't want to talk about Thrive. But she was making such a huge connection outside of Thrive that it was like, okay, she genuinely cares about my well-being. So I finished the sample, and I think I just didn't think about it again. And earlier this year, I had come back to Vegas, and I decided to purchase 1 box. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it this time for real. I'm going to do it for 1 month. And I was in the first week, and then I had lost my grandma. And I just kind of lost motivation again. And at that point, I wasn't working. I wasn't working really much, and I was going through that loss of my family, and I just felt like I was in such a dark place. It was contemplating my existence, contemplating my purpose in life and how it was to help other people. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get myself back to go back to Thrive. So I was back in Vegas, and then I went back to California again to be with my family so that we could grieve together. And when I was there, it was just every single morning I was waking up, and I would wake up at noon, I would eat breakfast, and I would go back to my bed, and I would just sulk there for 6 hours. And there was literally nothing. I felt like I had nothing to look forward to, I had no motivation. And she posted, Angela reached out again. She was like, how are you grieving your grandmother? Are you okay? And I was like, at this point, I don't have anything else to lose. So I probably had less than $150 in my bank account. I hadn't gotten any unemployment. I was not working. And I spent whatever I had in my bank account on Thrive, because I was like, I need help. I need something. So the box came, I posted about it, and I was like, oh, follow me on my journey, hoping to see if something might click. And a week back into Thrive, I was up, and I was not sleeping through my day. I was helping my parents build things. I was painting our house, and I just felt like I had life, and I was present, and I was able to feel that life come back into me. And then fast forward to end of May, I hit my promoter button, and I was like, I see the vision. I see it. I understand why people are so driven to do this, because it's such a supportive community. And even not knowing anybody that was in our group chat, just the fact that they were all there for each other, uplifting each other, it just created this environment where I felt like, okay, I'm okay here. I have other people who have been through deep, dark, scary things, and it's okay. And Thrive maybe at that point was just for my energy, but it came with so much more.
That is so amazing. And I mean, honestly, because it's changed your life that much, that obviously, it's reflecting, you're sharing that with everyone that you come across. And that's why your PPA is so high. So I almost cried listening to all that stuff, but it's just so amazing to hear that Angela, your sponsor, reached out that much. And she was very, not just talking about Thrive, really asking you and being there for you in your personal life, like how are you taking, you know, your grandma? So just so amazing to hear that. But I mean, like, so tell us about your VIPs. Like, did you, like, now that you're promoting and you literally just started, I think I think you started on my birthday. It was May 28th or something. And I actually remember going on a welcome call with you, and you were just telling me that your mom had been in like network marketing like your entire life, and you like watched her as a kid. So you're like one of those network marketing kids, like, Mom, you're crazy. And just like, yeah, so skeptical about the whole industry as a whole, right?
Yeah, so my mom actually has been with Amway. I don't know if you guys are familiar with, but she's been with that company since I was probably like 15 years old, so more than like 10 years. And she would always tell me like, oh, I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna hit that, blah, blah, blah. And we would have like network, like locals, like at our house, and all these big higher ups would come to our house, and I would not understand what they were saying. And she would always push me, and she would like sign me up to make an account. And I was like, I don't even know what you're selling. Like, why are you making me an account? Like, I'm not gonna sell this. And she had a vision. So funny enough, when I actually told my family that I was gonna start promoting Thrive, my brother sat me down like in an intervention.
Oh my God.
And he had a whole entire paper filled out of reasons why I shouldn't promote Thrive. And he walked through every single thing. He pulled up every type of news article, every type of like anything, medical articles, everything. He was like, and do you think you should really still do this? And I was like, thank you for your opinion, but yes, I'm still gonna do it.
Get him in front of me. I'm good with objections. I would love to sit in front of him and be like, what are you doing? No, yeah. But I mean, people go through this all the time. Like your family and stuff, like a lot of them are not that supportive, right? So, I mean, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I mean, you know, you see the vision, which is great. And yeah, so, I mean, did you get your VIPs?
So when he did that was like, oh my gosh, like now I need to prove him wrong. I was like, I'm gonna do this just because he sat me down and thought he was gonna tell me how I'm gonna thrive. And I said no. So I actually hit my VIP 800 on the very last day that I qualified.
I think I remember that. Woo, congratulations. But yeah, that's honestly, that's so amazing. So something I want to ask is like, what is your why? Like, what is your why for doing this? Like, I know you were at a low point, but like when you think about what your why is, like, what is it? If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. So my why is just to help people in the place that I was at the beginning of my journey. There were so many days and nights where I contemplated my life, literally what my existence was and what my purpose was. And I've always had this, like, you know, I've always had a plan. I've always had a plan in life. And so, you know, once I started Thrive and realizing, you know, I was just posting a little bit, but I was really still scared too. You know, I was still kind of skeptical too about how I was going to be successful in this business. And so I started posting kind of slowly, and people started reaching out. And then, like, I think maybe the second or third week in, I had like 11 samples going out, and I was like, oh crap, like people really want this stuff. Like they can relate to some of the things that I've been through, you know, like, and this pandemic really put a lot of people back. I think a lot of people don't realize, you know, stress and anxiety and all of these other, you know, outside contributing factors. People are gaining weight, they're eating their feelings away, you know, like all of these things that Thrive helps and contributes to was focused for them and made for them. So yeah, just really helping people out of those circumstances that I was in and that I can relate to.
Yay. Okay, so Twin has a question. She's putting in the comments, how are you getting all this PPA? Share with us.
That's what I was gonna ask too. I'm like, spill the tea. Spill the tea. Tell us what you're doing.
So really, the PPA was a lot of just referrals. Like I kind of saw people posting about like energy, and people who would like mention or complain about you know, gaining a lot of weight during the pandemic, struggling with IBS, because I struggle with IBS, bloating and digestive issues, like all the things that Thrive targets. Every time somebody complained about something, I'd be like, oh, I have something for you. And I would just grab them. The minute they said they had a complaint, I was like, okay, perfect, try this. If you're open, I'm willing to help you. And so I sent out samples. those samples turn into customers, and just following up. Like I have a calendar written out for every single sample that I send out. I track their package until the date gets there, and I bug them every single day through. And usually most of the people that I help out, they come back and they say, hey, I have another friend who really wants to try it. And so we just keep going and keep building.
Yay. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It was seriously amazing. And I was so happy to get that message yesterday and see you as #1 on the PPA. So thank you for sharing your tips. Yes, referrals are huge. Referrals are absolutely huge. And if you have one person that's loving their Thrive experience, guys, they're going to share it. They're going to be like, hey, I started doing this Thrive thing, and let me see if I can get you a sample, right? So that's literally how she's like getting all these people. So thank you so much. And yeah, so Danica, I know she had some like connection issues, but she did go back inside the house. Danica, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yay! Okay, so welcome. Danica actually just went 12K yesterday. So it was the 15th of the month.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yes, congratulations. And something about her, like her goal was to get the auto bonus, but I'm actually gonna let her tell you guys her story. She was actually a referral to me. So her best friend is actually, he's thriving as well, and he told her one day, he was like, hey, you know, I want you to follow this girl named Jackie. She actually reminds me of you. So he connected us two, and he's like, you guys are pretty much the same. You guys love, you know, boba, like all of the things, and he just thought that we were kind of the same, right? So yeah, welcome, and tell us about your story, and how long you've been thriving and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Aika Danica, and I am an OBGYN nurse. I've been thriving since June 13th. Like that's when I hit promoter, and that's when I started. So it's been like about 32 days. And I've actually been watching Jackie for a really long time. And like I followed her because Jeff was like, you should follow Jackie, you know, if you want samples. But I was like, oh yeah, I want to try it, but later because I'm breastfeeding, and like that was like my thing. Like I didn't want to try anything. But then you know, you had told me like some people do use Thrive while breastfeeding, but I was kind of like skeptical at first. And then I just kept watching your stories, and I just kept like seeing transformations and seeing how you're so successful with it. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try this. Like, why not? It was pretty much just, you know, so I could lose like the baby weight, or even like make a little side income just because of like the pandemic and everything going on. And like I'm also going back to RN school, and my hours are going to be cut. Like I'm not going to be like working full time. So it was just finding the extra income that I can supply that I can supply like when I quit my job, when I go back to school full time. So I pretty much told my whole family about it. I told my mom, and she's like the queen of MLM. She's been like seasoned forever. She's joined everything and tried to get my whole family into it. Like literally every time she joins something, you guys are going to be my downlines, blah, blah, blah. So everything
you guys,
she does, we do.
I want to just share. We actually hopped on a welcome call. Like I hopped on an opportunity call with Danica and her mom. And her mom asked me all the right questions. She was like, do you help your downline? I'm like, yes, I do. But it was so funny, and I loved meeting her. She's actually sharing Thrive with all of her friends as well, and like Danica's whole family is thriving. Sorry to interrupt, but I think it's just amazing because Danica actually started sharing the products with her friends because she knew what it could do for them, but she didn't actually take them until was it July 1st?
July 1st, yeah, because I wanted like a fresh start.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, but continue. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. No worries. Yeah. And then my customers were like my coworkers and like some family members, and they're all loving it. Everyone I've introduced it to has been loving it. And my brother is actually like the top, what is it? He's number 4 on the leaderboard for the car giveaway. And so is his girlfriend. It's crazy. Like his team is moving, and I would have never thought that, you know, my whole family would be so into this as much as I am. Like, it's crazy.
That is so awesome. Families that thrive, guys. Families that thrive. So, you know, I mean, it's only been like 16 days since you've been thriving. But something that was amazing was that, like, so she started sharing this with her friends, And she was getting such great feedback from so many people. And I was helping her send out samples as well. But she got so FOMO, guys, okay? Fear of missing out. She got so FOMO. She was just like, oh my God, everyone is like loving Thrive. Her sister had amazing results with Thrive. She's like, I really need to try this like for myself. Like, I don't want to just wait because I'm still nursing. So, I mean, day one, she messaged me and she was just like, Jackie, I don't even know why I was holding out for so long. And I actually remember, like, you know, when I got into a message with her and Jeff in Instagram, she just told me, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until I'm done breastfeeding. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is gonna take forever, you know? It's gonna take forever. But finally, I mean, you know, the social proof, like the, you know, her friends and stuff, like, oh my God, I love Thrive and all that. She actually started thriving. So yeah, so welcome. And it's just amazing. Like you were able.
Yeah, I was so jealous. I was like, everyone's feeling, hmm everyone was like seeing results and feeling so good. I'm like, I want to do it. And so I finally got the okay. And then ever since, like, I've loved it. Like, I love it.
Yeah, her mom is also a nurse, guys, so they're like a nurse family. But yeah, just amazing. And I'm so excited just to kind of see your journey as it progresses, because you're still so new, right? And I mean, it's honestly, it's not common for people just to come in and the first month they go 12K, right? It's not. But whenever someone does, it's usually because they're very coachable. So yeah, you are very coachable. Thank you for always asking like questions all the time. And so tell us about, like, you know, like, did you get your VIPs? And just like some tips, like what are you experiencing as a promoter now? I mean, I know it's only been like, you know, 33 days, but yeah, tell
Yeah.
us about your first 30 days.
I did not think I would succeed as much as I am now. It's crazy because I honestly, my goal was for everyone who joined to get their VIP bonuses. And I think that's the key to Thrive is like, I wasn't even looking at the ranks. I wasn't even looking at the rules. Like, all I knew was like, oh, there's these dials that you have to fill. So I was like, everyone, I kept like texting everyone, get your dials, fill them up, make sure like the blue line like is 100%, like try to get that by this date and this date. So I would even call like my mom's friends, like my brother's, like, you know, people too, to get like the VIP. And everyone who pretty much goes in, I tell them, try to hit those VIP bonuses. Like that's your goal in the first 2 weeks. And I think that's what's been working for everyone is like the urgency and just the drive to get those bonuses and to also, like, you know, succeed and to hit those ranks.
And they love the products. Like, I mean, I'm actually, I talk to a lot of people that are coming in like through Danica's like side, right? And they all love Thrive. They're all literally like, oh my God, I have a friend that wants to try it. And that's the excitement, guys. Like, I haven't heard a bad peep out of it. And I mean, everyone that I've talked to is like, oh yeah, Danica told me to do this and do that. They're honestly doing so amazing. I mean, coaching people like how to take Thrive the right way, which is so important. And like, just, you know, keeping your communication lines open with, you know, with your entire like Thrive network. So
Yeah.
so yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story. And you know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what car you're gonna get. And yeah.
I was
Thank
just gonna
you.
say, it sounds like she's bound to be a car winner. Come on, you've got to pick her. It's so crazy because this is like really just getting me back to the basics. Like, why are we like bothering anybody with anything else but those dials? Like, just the excitement and get your dials to 100%. Like, it's that simple. It doesn't need to go really anywhere else. Like, you know, people don't need to know all these other things. It's not about bogging them down with 50,000 videos. And I love what you just said too, Jackie, about like you are in so many messages telling people how to take Thrive the right way. I think we totally forget how important that is. Somebody's experience taking these products those first couple days is everything. You want to make sure they are taking it right, you're explaining it right, you're checking in with them, following up. That is going to dictate how they like this product, whether they like it or not. And I don't mean that they have to feel something, because they absolutely don't have to feel anything, but their chances of feeling something are going to be way greater if they're doing it right. And I mean, we all know if somebody feels something with Thrive those first couple of days, they're sold, you know, and they're like, okay, I want more of this. So I think we forget how important that is.
I mean, I talk to a lot of Danica's people, and I'm just like, how do all these people love Thrive so much? Like, I haven't had one detox story come out of that side, which I'm like, this is like a dream, like, network to just like have thriving, because they all love it.
Right. I wish everybody was like that.
Yeah.
Yay. But it also has to do with her excitement and the way she's, oh my God, and here we're going to go do this, and everybody get their VIPs and watch your dials, and we have this much time. It has a lot to do with her excitement and her, excitement about the products and what they're doing that's keeping everyone else excitement. Excitement is contagious. If you are not excited, other people won't be. If you're a nervous Nelly, that's why it's so important for you guys on here that don't have a super excited personality, because not everybody does. Not everybody has this. On Zooms before, when I started, not Zooms, but calls in network marketing, where I would be like, man, I wish I had that person's voice. I wish I could be that convincing, like, because they were just an excitable person. And you guys, that's why we have a team. That's why we have people that have been here that are doing it, that if you kind of just don't get it yet, you get it. You've tried the products, you're excited about what they've done for you, but you don't really know how to convey that to other people. And that's like a common problem, is like we either say too much and throw up all over people, or we don't say enough because we're kind of quiet because we're like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. This is exactly why you get them in three-way messages with somebody that's been doing it longer. Oh my gosh, this is my friend Lisa. She's been thriving a lot longer than me. Since I just got started, I want to hook you up with Lisa so she can tell you her story. It's that simple. Let somebody else in so that you can kind of pass off the torch, so that you don't feel like so much pressure is on you as a new person, because it doesn't have to be on you. Jackie, did you have any more questions you wanted to ask?
No, but I mean, three-way messages, just like, in the beginning of my business, I did not do three-way messages, and I didn't really do them. But when I did, like, I was already at 200K when I finally started really utilizing three-way messages, and it blows up the team, guys. So definitely, if you're not utilizing it, just start. Like, just get with anyone and just start using three-way messages, because it's honestly so powerful. And I mean, even welcome calls, guys. If you guys have somebody brand new, like, invite them into the community, get them plugged in. Because a lot of the things that you heard from the girls is just like, that they love the community, that they felt so, that they were a part of something and they didn't feel like they were alone anymore, right? So always, kind of get yourself out of the way, right? Get yourself out of the equation. And it will change your business, those three-way messages and welcome calls especially, right?
Oh my gosh, could not have said it any better. If you listen to all of them tonight, it was all about the support in the community and being a part of something. And that creates the excitement. Like, the quicker that you can get your new promoter around and in a group with more people than just you, other people, like getting on tonight's Zoom, a brand new person getting on tonight's Zoom, they realize, oh my gosh, it's not just me and the person that signed me. There's all these other thrivers, and look at how excited these people are, and they're on my team and they're here to help me too. It's a whole nother ball game. But it's up to us to make sure that that anyone that is new, they are plugging into stuff like this, or at least getting them in like little chats. I know that a lot of the leaders will get people in a chat with a small group of people so that they feel a part of something, or everybody does it a little bit different, but whatever you do the welcome. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how detrimental I think that is to this business, is making sure when you sign someone up new that you're getting them in welcome messages, and not with just one person, but a couple, 3, 4 people. Like,
Lisa, I'm actually lucky that we were able to go 200K without me doing those things. Very similar to Twin, she was able to do a lot, get to 200K without doing a lot of things. But if you want to get there faster, do it, guys. The whole welcome calls. I mean, just doing all the things, right? Being coachable, and just like, I can't even believe we got to 200K without me doing welcome calls.
Well, you know why? Because you guys were so focused on helping everybody BIP, and that will work too. That works too. But you probably see now, though, how differently, like, as you guys were getting there fast, there was probably people that were kind of left out more, versus maybe more of those people wouldn't have been left out if you were doing the things that you're doing now. Like,
I could have saved
because you just don't have time to think about it when you're moving that fast. Yeah. So, but everything, like, you guys, if you were on tonight's Zoom, you are lucky because the team, like Twin, Jackie, all of these ladies, like they're masters at helping their team VIP. They're masters at keeping the main thing and not getting off track and not reinventing the wheel and not trying to do it differently. They are masters at someone comes in, I'm going to help you VIP. We're going to help your people do the same thing. And then all their people know is to do that too. The team is just incredible, but you guys got to hear great tips, great stories, but really keeping the main thing. And we all get, I think, in that place. Sometimes it happens after we go 200K or 80K or 12K. We're keeping the main thing, but then we hit like a big rank and we start complicating it. We start thinking we have to do something differently, or maybe if I do it this way, it'll be better. When really what's going to work is what got you there in the first place. That's what's always going to work, not changing it up, but always doing those same things. So yeah, it's so exciting. Jackie, I just want to thank you so much for hopping on tonight. And and you know what I love about Jackie is I was like, okay, I need to get a call together for tonight. Jackie pretty much got this Zoom together like in 15 minutes. She's like, I got it. I've got some people. And she threw it together. And I'm just so thankful for you, Jackie, for stepping up as you guys always do.
Thank you. Lisa, you're so blue. I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my God, Lisa is putting together the Zoom 2 hours before it's gonna go out. So blue.
Well, that's not what happened. Actually, I had this week planned and all 3 ladies messaged me saying they could no longer do it.
Oh my God.
One had to work late, another one was gonna not have good service, and then the other one had something going on. So it was one of those weird situations where I'm like, well, this is nice. But Jackie was like, I got it. And this is what like leadership is about, is just, you know, having people that step up and fill in. And I just appreciate you so much. And everybody you brought on was spectacular. You're spectacular. I just love you guys.
They're so excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I mean, each girl was so excited. When I asked them, they're like, oh my God, really? When is it? I'm like, tonight. And they were just like, yes, I'll do it. So, I mean, thank you, Sarah, Danica, and Eleni for hopping on, like, so last minute. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait to see where all this goes. And thank you, Lisa.
Thank those ladies. They're amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week, next Thursday, same time, same place. Different stories, different peeps, same link though. So if you guys are new, set your alarm in your phone and you can actually save the ID to this Zoom, and it's that same link or ID every single Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will see you then. Thank you again so much, Jackie, and everybody. You guys, just amazing. I appreciate all of you so very much, and we'll talk to you guys next Thursday. Bye, guys.